time to understand what Forex, what crypto is all about, another time to learn things the right way, where we get to show you how you can get started in your journey in digital assets, of course, without the hype, where you get to understand what's really is crypto, where you get to understand what really is forex, and not where you just start hearing things like, oh yeah, this is the coin to get into, or that's what you should get into, or this is the coin to buy, all of those things. This is where you learn the right way, like I said. So welcome once again to another session where we're going to explore that's making money while you sleep, how digital can rather, it's a question. Okay, today's session is all about answering a question, which is, can digital assets create passive income? So I know that we're excited to be here. Of course, we expect that the numbers are going to increase as we move on. But just as a quick teaser, because for every one of my sessions, there's something that's very, very important. And what is that? It is communication. So for me to be able for me to have a good time, and most importantly, for you to have a good time as well, there's something that has to occur, and that is communicate. And how can you communicate? You can communicate by either working with the chat box, okay, that's sending your messages to the chat box, or by using the reactions, just ensuring that you're communicating with me, so I know that you're listening. And if you have a question, you can go ahead and ask your question. Okay, so that's very, very important for us to have a great session. And as always, I would love to test that out just to ensure that we are all on the same page. Just quickly, okay? I just want to know that we're all on the same page. So if you know you're with me, if you know you're ready to go, all I need from you, just give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up so we get into this, because it's going to be a great one. Thank you very much, Nelson. Thank you. James, I believe you're with us. Kenny, I believe you're with us as well. Fantastic. Okay, absolutely fantastic. So I can see James, your hand is raised. I believe that's supposed to be a thumbs up. Okay, so if when you want to insert reactions, all you need to do, just search for, okay, great. So James has actually said that. Yeah, so good to know that we are together. So what are we taking a look at today? Making money while you sleep. Can digital assets really create passive income? And with this, we're going to explore really what is passive income, what is making money while you sleep. This is something that we hear about so many times. This is something that probably you've received messages on as well. I know from time to time, especially if you're in Nigeria, of course, you receive messages from different kind of people saying that, oh, you just won 200,000 naira, or you just won, or the president has this fund that's giving people, you see all those kind of stuff. People that are looking to make you, give them your money. So at the end of the day, you end up falling for, like, as we call it, a Ponzi scheme. So we get things like this, making money while you sleep. But is it really possible, or is everything just a scam? That's what we're going to take a look at today, because it's quick snippet though, and I'm just going to give you a quick snippet. Yes, it's actually possible for you to make money while you sleep. That's what many of the millionaires, many of the billionaires do. That's making money work for you. But can digital assets also fall in this way? And if yes is the answer, if yeah, digital asset can create passive income, how can it create passive income? So we're going to explore all of these things today, and we're going to have an amazing time. We're going to have fun, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so but the very first thing, what's Kleinial? Who is Kleinial? What's Kleinial about? Probably this is the first time you've joined any one of our sessions. So if that's the case, you will want to know what we do. What is this organization? So Kleinial is a net tech company, and what we do is that we help empower people. We help show people the right way to learn about crypto, forex, Web3 in general. And the reason why we started Kleinial is that we saw that there is so much misinformation out there. So many people, especially the millennials, and I'm talking about people from, let's say, from between the ages of 25 and upwards, not just your Gen Z and your Gen Alphas, right? So many people are actually looking to get into the space. You want to understand, okay, how can I go about investing in crypto? How can I go about investing in forex? I want to learn the forex trade. How can I go about making money from all of these things? And when you go out there, the only thing you see is, oh, this is the coin to buy. Oh, I just got into forex in 2 weeks. I made 20 million naira and I was able to get 2 cars. You see things like that, but they really don't tell you how you can go about these things. Sometimes you see things like, okay, click to join my Telegram channel and I'll show you. But it's when you join those channels, the only thing you start seeing is you start seeing some charts and some graphs, but that really doesn't show you how you can go about all of these things. When it comes to Web3, when it comes to crypto, when it comes to Forex, all of these things are tech skills. So you're looking to get into the space, it means that you are looking to transition into tech and that you have to understand the skills. And that is the reason why we are here. We're here to show you the right way to ensure that you can achieve your dreams of getting a passive income, of being able to understand the right way to invest in all of these things. And that's why we're here. So you learn crypto the right way. I'd say that's our tagline. Okay. And of course, this session is going to be divided into two parts. The first part is where we get to take a look at how digital assets can help you create passive income, if it's actually possible. And then after we're done with that, we're going to come back and then we tell you how you can go about learning how to be a Forex trader or how to be a crypto trader. So the session is divided into two. So we take the first part and we take the second part. And of course, you might be wondering who is speaking at the moment. I'm Aisha Agmolaho, and I'm the founder of Kleinel. And of course, I have with me my co-founder as well. That's Nelson, the co-founder of Kleinel. And it's going to be taking you guys through the first section. So once it's done, I'm going to come back and I'll take it through the second section. And of course, we're going to have an amazing time. That is something that I can guarantee for sure. Okay, so stick with me while I hand over to Nelson. Nelson, please go ahead.
All right, everyone. Good evening and welcome to another masterclass section with Kleinel. We're so glad to have you here with us. So we're taking a very interesting topic today. I mean, making money while you sleep. Who doesn't want that? Everybody wants to make money while you sleep. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to be able to sort out bills, their basic bills. Everybody wants to live a luxurious lifestyle. So want to know whether making money, is it possible while you sleep? And okay, even though it's possible, how do you make money? Or is it possible to make passive income with digital finance? So let's dive into today's section. It's going to be a very exciting one. Please just give me a moment. Let me share my screen. Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. Please, if you can see my screen, can you just give me a thumbs up? If you can see my screen, can I see some reactions? Can I see some reactions? All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much. So, all right, so we'll dive into making money while you sleep. So you may ask yourself, what's making money while you sleep, or how does digital finance help you to make money? When we say making money while you sleep passively, or making money using digital finance to make money passively to create a passive income, does it mean investing in Ponzi schemes like MMM, or does it mean investing in some shady businesses or in some shady crypto platforms like the CBEX, or does it mean investing in just platforms that sells you dreams or ideas that, okay, if you invest $2, you'll be able to get $10,000. If you invest $100, you're going to be able to turn to a millionaire overnight? Is that what passive income actually means? Does passive income actually means that immediately you put your money the next, like if you put your money today, tomorrow you're going to make your returns like times 10 returns or times 20 returns? Does that what passive income means, or does that what making money while you sleep mean? Okay, we are going to answer those questions while we go ahead. So yeah, before we dive into that, we need to know the concept, because we have two different words, or two different words that we need to highlight that in the topic. We have digital finance, we have passive income. So for us to know how to even make money through digital finance, how to make passive income through digital finance, we're supposed to know what is digital finance and what is passive income. So that's what we're going to first discuss about before we dive deep into how to make money, how to make passive income through digital finance. So we ask ourselves, what is digital finance? Digital finance are financial services and products that are carried out on digital platforms such as the internet, mobile apps, blockchains, and artificial intelligence. So basically what digital finance means something that is not basic, is not physical. The whole digital finance is all, let's say, something that is let's say invisible. It's not invisible, so to say, but it's something not physical. Digital finance is carried out on the internet, it's carried out on the blockchain through different ledgers, through different networks and everything, through your AI and intelligence. So we have digital finance with internet. You can make digital finance. What's digital finance? Like that means you can make digital finance through digital platforms like internet. Meaning internet is like making money through your social media app applications like Instagram, like Facebook, like Twitter, that is X, like YouTube and TikTok, and so many more social media platforms. That's through the internet. Mobile apps too. Mobile apps, like you have your mobile apps for your mobile banks, or mobile apps for your other traditional banks. Then blockchain like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Solana, any digital currency you can think of. Then you have artificial intelligence like having automated payments, like setting up, okay, if you want to make a payment next week, you can be able to set up the payments. Like you can tell the artificial intelligence that, okay, by so time next week you should be able to release this particular amount of money to this person's account or to this corporation's account. So that's what all digital finance is all about. It says here, digital finance makes it easier, faster, and more convenient to carry out transactions, investments, and payments. Yes, that's very true. So digital finance is literally in your pocket. With digital finance, you can be able to make transactions easier. I mean, we all have mobile phones. It's a very technological world right now. Everything is based on technology, everything is based on internet. I mean, so with digital finance that we can make payments through internet, through blockchain. You are with your phone always, you can always make payments. It's easier. You don't have to go to your banks to line up on queues. You don't have to go to your bank to even ask for your bank statement. You can all get this through your phone. That's what makes it easier and faster and way more convenient. I mean, you are not going to the bank, you are not working under the hot sun, or you don't have to drive your cars, or you don't have to enter a public transport to go to your traditional banks to be able to carry out transactions, or to be able to request your bank statements, or to be able to make payments, or able to make investments. So with digital finance, it makes all this seamless, it makes all this very easy and very possible. It makes payments very easy, faster, and more convenient. I mean, digital finance is literally a blessing. If you are someone that doesn't like to leave the house, you can just literally do everything at your beck and call. With your mobile phone, you can carry out any investments you want to make. You can make any payments you want to make. So that's just all what digital finance is. So from here, we know that digital finance is are any digital platforms that we can make payments through, like your mobile apps, like your blockchain, like artificial intelligence, like when they are even paying you through social medias, like your Facebook, like your X, like your YouTube and TikTok, and many more social media platforms. So that's just all what digital finance is all about. So then we'll move ahead. Remember, I said for us to dive into this topic, we need to know the main concept about it, that is digital finance. Now we've talked about digital finance. We know that digital finance are financial services and products that are being carried out on digital platforms on your phones, on your laptops, on whatever digital device that you have. So that's what digital finance is. So we move on. We go here. It says, what is passive income? So this is making money work for you instead of you working for your money. We're getting into it. So passive income means making money work for you instead of working for your money. All right. So it says here, passive income doesn't make you rich overnight, but it does in long term. Right. So this is a very, very interesting read. So it says here, passive income means making money work for you instead of working for your money. So that means passive income can be characterized into things like we have your investments, into things like investments in your banks, like investments in stocks, investments in crypto pairs, things like we have staking in cryptocurrency, we have yield farming in cryptocurrency. So all these things can make you have passive income. You may be asking yourself, what I just said staking in cryptocurrency. So you may ask yourself, what's staking? Because staking is a way of making passive income in digital finance. We'll get to there. Let me just explain what staking is right now, as I've said it. So staking basically means carrying a particular digital asset, let's say Ethereum, and then locking it up for a particular amount of time. And then as you lock up that particular digital asset, you are getting returns. You are getting APY, that is your annual percentage yield, is going to be increased. As the more you stake, the more returns you get. The longer time you stake, the more returns you get. So that's just how staking works. So staking is just having a particular cryptocurrency, and then you are locking it up in a centralized exchange like Binance, like Bybit, or you're locking it up in a decentralized exchange like Uniswap, like Jupiter, like PancakeSwap, a whole lot of them. So that's what staking is. So staking, the whole concept of staking is just locking up your money and then you're getting returns for it. Then yield farming. What it means by yield farming is taking two different tokens or two different coins and then locking it, lending it to a platform, lending it to a decentralized platform. So yield farming only works for decentralized platforms like you have your Jupiter, your Uniswap, and so many more. So yield farming only works for your digital platforms. So it says here, passive income is making money work for you instead of working for your money, like investments. So this doesn't just mean that you just put your money and you not do any work. No, that's not what passive income means. Passive income also means that you just have to put a little work, then you earn money, then you get your money working for you, because you cannot just say you have money in your account and then it's working for you. No, you have to put in the work. You have to invest in a stock, you have to stake your money, you have to invest in a cryptocurrency, or you have to through yield finance. So that's what passive income means: making money for you, making money work for you instead of making your money work for you instead of working for your money. So you are literally making your money work for you, and this is how all entrepreneurs do, or this is how most wealth has been created. Every rich man out there, every billionaire out there, they all have a source of passive income. They all have a source of passive income. Either it's through an investment into stocks, or if that is through investment into a company, or if that is through like they are being investment into cryptocurrency, or either they are part of the founders of, they're like passive investors in a company, that when the company is growing, they're having their own share of the money. So that's what all passive income is. It means putting your money to work. It means putting your money and little time and effort to work. So with little time and little effort, you are going to get a whole lot of money, and you are going to make your money to work for you. So that's what all passive income is. And it says here, I want us to take note of something important here. It says passive income doesn't make you rich overnight, but it does in the long term. So when someone sells for you an idea or a dream that tells you that if you just invest money now, tomorrow you're going to get massive returns, or next tomorrow you're going to get so massive returns of times 10, or massive returns if you invest $50, you're going to get $10,000 overnight. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. That's not how passive income works. Passive income doesn't work like that at all. It states here clearly that passive income is being built over time. Yes, your money is going to work for you, but you don't just get massive returns over time. No. Your passive income is going to be built over time. There are going to be hurdles you have to pass through. There might be times that where you invest your money into, the stock might go down, but then the stock is going to go back up. So that's what passive income means. Passive income means it takes time to build, or it might not take so much time. Probably you can start getting passive income in space of like probably a year or probably 6 months. It just depends on what you are going to invest in, or it depends on the type of investment you want to do. If it's high risk investment, either it's a conservative investment, or either it is a low risk investment. High risk investment meaning putting little money, getting high returns, but then your money will be removed faster. So high yield investments are going to give you higher returns in a short amount of time, and going to give you, and will be able to remove your money in a short period of time. Then conservative means the risk you are going to take is not so much, but then the risk is not as low as your low risk investment. Example of high risk investments are probably your cryptocurrency. Like you have crypto coins that are not stable. Specific crypto coins are not stable. Like you have meme coins. If you say you want to go and invest in meme coins, okay, that's a very high risk. That's a very high risk investment you're making there, because you can make a very high amount of money in a short period of time, and then you can lose the money in a very short period of time. Then you have conservative investments, like you have your investing in cryptocurrency coins like Bitcoin, or investing in stocks like high stocks like Microsoft, like Google. So investing in other stocks are like conservative returns, because okay, these companies are well grounded, and then they can't just close like that in a day. No, it's not possible. So that's what conservative investments mean. And then you have low risk investments, like investing in US dollar, like using your naira to invest in US dollar. Once the US dollar goes up, your money is going up with it, and that okay, for the US dollar to crash, it's very, very, very rare, or it's a very rare situation. So that's what low investments mean. Sorry, before I go on, if you are following, can I see the thumbs up? Can I see reactions so that I know that we're together? Reactions, can I see reactions, or can I see the one to the chat box? All right, let's go on. So that's what passive income is. So we go on, we have what is passive income in digital finance, or how can you make passive income in digital finance? So it says here, making money online without trading your time for it. That's what passive income in digital finance is. It means making money online without trading your time for it. Example, we have crypto staking, like I talked about. We have sports trading, we have buying and selling of stocks, and we have yield farming. Crypto staking, like I said before, where you buy particular cryptocurrencies and then you stake them. Either you stake them on your centralized exchanges like your Binance or your Bybit or your Gate.io or your KuCoin. So you buy this particular cryptocurrency coins or this particular cryptocurrency tokens, and then you stake them. Then you have spot trading. Spot trading is literally buying and selling of cryptocurrency. Example, like you buy your Bitcoin when it's low and you sell it when it's high. Probably you bought Bitcoin at, let's say, 45,000 naira, and then you have sold it at 90,000 naira. That's already times 2 for you. That's times 2 of your investments. Let's say you invested $50 into buying Bitcoin at 45,000 naira. When it's reached 90,000 naira and you sold it, you already have $100. So that's just what spot trading is. Spot trading is literally buying and selling of cryptocurrency, but there's a whole lot to it, because you have to make research about the right cryptocurrencies you have to buy to get maximum yield, to get maximum returns, to get maximum advantage in the market. So then we have buying and selling of stocks. Buying and selling of stocks using the Bamboo app. There's an app used to buy and sell stock, like the Bamboo app. You just go there, you buy your stocks of high companies that have like that have stocks to sell. Even companies that are starting up, you go there and you buy their stocks. So companies like you have Microsoft, you have Google, you have Nvidia, you have a whole lot. You have Amazon, you have a whole lot of companies. Any company you can think of that you feel they will have stocks, you can just go to the Bamboo app and then you buy stocks from there. You literally buy the stocks when they are low. It's just like sports trading, but sports trading is for cryptocurrency. Buying and selling of stocks is buying of normal stocks from company. That is buying of the company shares. That's what buying of stock is. Buying of the company shares. So you are buying a particular part of the company. Buying shares from the company means you are taking a particular part or portion of the company, you are buying it for yourself. Probably you are buying stocks worth of millions of dollars or thousands of dollars. So that's what buying and selling of stock is. So you buy low, buy when the company stocks is low, and you sell high. So when the company is starting off, people that bought the stocks of Microsoft when they were starting off, they are a whole lot rich now because of the spike in Microsoft's stocks, or people that bought the Nvidia stocks when it was low, they are in a whole lot of profit because they bought the stocks when it was low. Then we have yield farming. Like I said, yield farming means lending your tokens to a decentralized finance. And how this is done, you have to stake. It's just like staking, right? But you have to stake two different tokens, ETH and USDT. If you stake 2 of them, then when you stake them, you lend them to your decentralized finance, and then you get returns. And for yield farming, the returns is way higher than crypto staking. Yield farming, you can get returns of like 50% APY, that is annual percentage yield, or you can get 30% APY. But then for crypto staking, you can get like 10% APY, that's annual percentage yield. You can get like 10%, 20%, but most times it doesn't pass the threshold of 30%. But with yield farming, you get a very, very high return. So yield farming is a part of a very, very high risk investment. So we go on. It says here how to have a passive income in digital finance. One, you set it up. This is set it up is a whole lot under you set it up. But you set it up doesn't mean you just enter and just set up, you just buy the token like that. No, you set it up means you do your research. Doing your research means okay, you look for the right let's say you want to stake your cryptocurrency tokens. Look for the right platform you want to stake your cryptocurrency token in. But if you stake in a wrong platform, the platform can just crash and your money is gone with it. You must look for the right token, a token that okay, probably when it retraces, when the prices drop, it doesn't drop so much, or a token that you know that are already so grounded and then they cannot just close like that, or the token cannot rug meaning that the token doesn't exist anymore, or the amount of the token is so little for anybody to sell. So meaning you set it up, meaning you do your research on the right platform you need to invest in, or on the right platform you need to invest in, or the right platform you need to stake your tokens in. You know the right narratives, because with crypto staking, you know the right APY, the tokens that can give you much APYs, because staking different tokens have different percentages or different amounts of APY you get. Let's say staking Solana can give you 10% APY, annual percentage yield, and staking Ethereum can give you 20% the percentage yield. So you have to look for the right tokens to invest in. Looking for tokens that can give you a higher percentage yield, that's the one you have to go for, because it's going to make you more money. Then two, it runs automatically. So once you have been able to identify the platform you are going to use to stake, or the platform you are going to invest in, and then you have identified the token you want to stake, or the token you want to buy, or the stocks you want to buy. Once you set this up, your whole investment runs automatically, and that's where making money while you sleep comes in. As you are sleeping, as you are working, your investment is going, your APY, your returns are being is entering in. You can see one time you enter the platform used to stake, you can see the amount of money you are making. So three, you have get paid. So yes, for every investment in digital finance, if you cannot withdraw, that is trash. That is not investment. That means you're being scammed. Like with the CBEX that is going on now, that people are complaining they can't withdraw their money, because that means that's scam. It's just like a Ponzi scheme. When all this Ponzi scheme, they literally start, you can be able to withdraw at a point. Then after that point has passed, you can't be able to withdraw. And then they will not start giving you excuses that, okay, you can be able to withdraw at this particular point in time, that, okay, that system is low. Nah, that's not making passive income through digital finance. You can't probably invest your money now in stocks, and then you are trying to withdraw. They tell you that it's not possible to withdraw now. No, that's not possible. And it's not like stated in the contract or in the terms and conditions. Like probably you want to do spot trading in a centralized exchange. Now, probably you go to Binance and you get Solana, and then you buy Solana. When you want to sell your Solana, they say Binance will now tell you that it's not possible for you to sell your Solana at this point. It's not possible. When they did not send you a message about downtime in the cryptocurrency, or downtime on the exchange, and you just wake up one day and you say you want to withdraw your money, and they just tell you that it's not possible. You start getting errors. That's not possible. That's if you can't withdraw your money in whenever you want to withdraw it, then it's not being truthful. That means the system is not being truthful. The system is not being transparent or fair, because we all know that part of the rules, or part of the characteristics of digital finance about the blockchain, everything is being transparent. They need to tell you when they're having a downtime, or they will tell you when there's going to be an upgrade on a particular chain, or if the chain is congested, they'll tell you why, because there are a whole lot of transactions going through on that chain. So that's that. For how to make passive income in digital finance, you must set it up. That means you do your research. do your research, meaning you look for the right exchange to invest in, you look for the right coin or the stocks you want to buy, then it runs automatically. Once you have invested this token, your investment is being run automatically by bots, by AI, by a system that is being created in that particular exchange, whether it's a centralized or decentralized exchange, and then where you want to withdraw your money, you can get paid. So we go on, we have how to get started, in having passive income in digital finance, how to get started in digital finance as a whole. So number one, you have to educate yourself. Before you enter any investment, before you enter anything, you must educate yourself. You can't just dive blindly into a particular investment. You can't just dive blindly into anything you want to enter. You are going to crash land. You can't just dive blindly into anything you want to learn. Let's say probably you want to learn a skill. You just go, okay, probably because this skill is, you are seeing web development everywhere. You just want to dive in without knowing what web development is, knowing whether you can cooperate with it, or you just see this particular token and you don't even know, okay, if this token is a meme coin or if this token is solid token to buy. You just dive in. That's not how it's done. You have to educate yourself. You have to get the right materials. You have to probably go for classes to learn more about what you're about to enter, to learn the risks associated to it, to learn, okay, the right platforms to associated to it, to learn, okay, if this is the right coin to buy, to how to know the right coin, or to know, okay, what you want to invest in. So you have to educate yourself, and that's what Kleinel is here to do. We are here to educate you on how to get your journey into cryptocurrency, on how to get your journey into Web3 smooth and easier. Because if you don't educate yourself, you are going to have a very terrible journey in whatever you are going to enter. Let's say cryptocurrency, you are going to have a very terrible journey in cryptocurrency. You are going to lose a whole lot of money through investment. And probably when you have invested that money, you now start saying crypto is scam, or probably you start saying you start having regrets. For you not to have regrets, you must educate yourself. You must get the right courses. You must watch that YouTube video. You must go to that class. You must meet with the right people. You must have the right community. Education doesn't stop. Learning doesn't stop. You must always educate yourself in that particular that you are using cryptocurrency. You must educate yourself in cryptocurrency. You must educate yourself in the stocks you want to buy. If you want to buy stocks, you must must know more about the company stocks you want to buy. Let's say you want to buy stocks in Microsoft, or you want to buy stocks in Google. What's making you buy the stocks in Google? Why are you buying the stocks in Google? What is Google offering? Okay, you know that, okay, Google is a worldwide search engine. So definitely because of this, you know that Google is not going to, even though the stocks reduces in price, they cannot crash, or the probability of them crashing is like 0.01%. So you know, okay, buying this particular stocks is safe. Or probably you want to buy stocks from a small company. What's making you buy stocks from the small company? You read about the company, what the company is all about, who are the company's backers. Okay, with the way this company is going, do they have prospects? Is this company, buying small company stocks, is it going to be profitable for you? Is it going to make you a whole lot of profits? So you must read about the company stocks you are going to buy. Okay, let's say you want to buy a stock from a company. What's making you buy the stocks? Let's say, okay, the company is a company that is driving the AI narrative. Okay, that's a very, very good narrative, because you know that the world's going the AI way now. It's going technological. It's going to a technological way. So that can be a very good reason for you to buy that particular company stocks. You can read about what they are building. Are they trying to solve a problem? Are they trying to give solutions? Okay, if they are trying to give solutions, who are the founders of this particular company? Who are the founders of this project? What have the founders done before that? Their track record, because for you to invest, you must know the company's track record. You can't just invest blindly like that. It's going to really hurt you. So we have here number 2, diversify. So diversification of your portfolio is very, very necessary. It's good to buy one particular coin. It's good to buy one particular token. It's good to buy a specific stocks. But if you buy more stocks that you're sure of, and you are going to get a high return of money, because more stocks that do well. Let's say you buy a particular stocks and that stocks goes 10x. Very beautiful, very wonderful. But what if you could have bought another stocks that did 10x too? That means 10x of one stocks plus 10x of another stocks. I have 20x. Let's say you invested $5 and you bought a stocks. You invested $5 in buying a particular stock and you get $1,000. What if you now invest? What if you could have taken the risk of investing in another stocks, and that stocks would have given you an extra $1,000? That's sweet $2,000 for you, free $2,000 for you. So that diversification of your portfolio is very beautiful. But for this diversification of your portfolio, you have to also educate yourself, because you must know the right stocks you are buying or the right cryptocurrency tokens you are buying, because you cannot just buy two different cryptocurrency tokens without knowing it, or you have a good cryptocurrency token and you don't know what the second one you are going to buy, you don't know anything about it. You just say, okay, because they said let us diversify our portfolio, you're just going to buy that particular cryptocurrency token. You must know what that cryptocurrency token stands for, or you must know what that particular stock stands for, the second one you are going to buy. So it says here, no, but please start small. So this start small, you can also start small or invest the amount of money you are willing to risk. You should not invest more than you're willing to risk. You should not carry your whole salary now and point it to Web3, or you point into cryptocurrency. No, that's not how it's being done. You must invest the amount you're willing to risk. You must start small. You must start small. You must be able to grow your account. The beauty about investment or about investing right is when you are able to invest and you're able to grow your account. It shows that you know what you're doing. It shows you're investing in the right token, not you just start with a whole lot of money and then you just lose it. You must be able to have good risk management plan. You must be able to invest a particular amount of token that you are willing to lose, because the market can go sideways. I mean, looking at the past few weeks before when there was an increase in the tariff, like when the president of United States increased the tariff for products coming into the country, you saw that stocks of a whole lot of corporations dipped. Even stocks of cryptocurrency coins, they all dipped. Their prices plunged out. All their prices went down. So, okay, if you invested probably your child's school fees now, okay, saying in the next 1 week I should get X2 of this money, and then that happens, what are you going to do? That's high risk. So you should be able to start small, something you are able to lose that, okay, if this money, a particular amount of money leaves my account, if this particular amount of money doesn't give me yield, I'm comfortable. Okay, it's not going to affect me so much. I can live without it, basically. So that's what investments or investing in digital finance, having a passive in digital finance, you must be able to start small. You must start small. You must be able to put the amount of money you are willing to lose. So we have here, use trusted platforms. Yes, you must know the platforms you must use. Remember, I said educate yourself. So while educating yourself, you should know the right platforms to use. Like you have Binance, like you have Bybit, like you have your Gate.io. These are trusted platforms that have been here. That okay, they have money reserved. That okay, if any hack happens in their platform, or if there's any problem at all, they can be able to like pay back the money that was hacked, or they be able to like, okay, if customers want to withdraw their money, they can be able to withdraw their money without problem. That's when I said part of the things about passive finance we have here, get paid. That's why I said not being able to withdraw your money when you want to withdraw your money is a big red flag. Because if it's a good exchange, if it's a right digital finance, they always have treasury backups to be able to pay their customers, or to be able to pay people that invested in them at least a particular percentage of what they lost. So use trusted platforms, using trusted decentralized platforms too. That's very important, because using the wrong decentralized platforms can get your wallet hacked. That's your decentralized wallet hacked. Because for you to use decentralized platforms, you have to connect to decentralized wallets. So if you use a very wrong platform, you are going to get your wallet hacked. So using trusted decentralized platforms, like you have Uniswap, like you have Jupiter, like you have PancakeSwap, and so many more. So using a trusted decentralized platform will also help you. That's also how you get started in cryptocurrency. They have here monitor and adjust. Remember when I was explaining, I said making passive income in digital finance is not all about just putting your money there and you don't put in the work. No, you put in Making passive income means putting little work, putting little amount, and making money work for you. That's just how it is. So you're putting little efforts, no matter how little the effort is, little effort of you educating yourself, little effort of you knowing the right token to buy, little effort of you knowing the right stocks to buy, little effort of you knowing the right token to invest, or what sort of investment you want to do. If it's staking, if it's yield farming, little effort of you knowing, okay, if it's a high risk investment I want to make, if it's a conservative investment I want to make, if it's a low risk investment I want to make, those are the little efforts you are going to put before investing in digital finance. Before you should be able to make passive income in digital finance. So you must make money, you must make those little efforts. So monitoring means like, okay, probably when the market crashed, you saw, okay, the market is crashing a whole lot. You should have, okay, this is what I want to lose. When it's reached the amount you want to lose, you should be able to know when to remove your money, not just being, you don't know what the market is doing, you just invest and you just forget about the money you invested. No, that's a very wrong way of investing. You should be able to monitor the market. You should be able to see, okay, this market has reached a point that, okay, this is the amount of the amount of money I've lost, this is the amount of money I'm willing to lose. So that's what monitor here means. It means for you to be able to monitor the market, for you to be able to monitor the cryptocurrency, if it's going up or if it's coming down. So you should be able to adjust. You should be able to know when to remove your money, or you should be able to know when to invest more. Probably have not bought into that cryptocurrency. You should be able to monitor the market to know when the right time it is to like invest in that particular cryptocurrency, or when the right time it is to invest in that stock. Like when the market was low recently, in the stocks market was low. If you monitor the markets very well, you could have seen that, okay, a whole lot of these stocks have dipped a whole lot, so has gone down a whole lot. So you should know, okay, that's the right time to invest. And then you invested, and 2 days ago, a day ago, or sorry, 2 days ago, the stocks market had about 5.3 trillion pushed back into it. So imagine you invested when the market was very low, like last week. 2 days ago, when the stock market had about 5.3 trillion, your bags are up, your stocks are up, you're making a whole lot of money. So that's what monitor and adjust means. So you must always do your research, you must always educate yourself for you to be able to get started. For you to be able to get started to make passive income through digital finance. So right here we have risks and challenges of passive income in digital finance. So yes, this is true. Whatever investments you are going to make, there's going to always be a risk. There's no how, there must be risks. No matter the investment, there must be risks. There must be risks. But when the risks outweighs the profits or the rewards, that's being wrong. That's a wrong investment. So for you to know you're making the right investment, the rewards must outweigh the risks that you're willing to take. So now, part of the risks and challenges of passive income in digital finance, we have market volatility. Like I said, the market volatile means it can easily go up or it can easily go down. Like how we had the stocks market, the way it's crashed. I mean, nobody really expected that crash. Immediately the news just came out, the whole market was going down. Both in crypto, both in forex, whatever digital finance you are having, everything went down, and that's the volatility of it. And then immediately the news came out of suspending the tariff on countries for 90 days. You saw the whole market, it went up, it skyrocketed. So that's market volatility. You can invest your money today and then the market can just decide to go down that day. It's not your fault, even though you have made your whole research on that particular token. In news, a fundamental, that's, you call it fundamental analysis. If a news will just come out and then your whole bag go down, it's not your fault. It's based on the news, it's based on the market. Or something can just happen. Probably the founder is just, careless and there was a hack. Or the team is careless and there was a hack on that particular stocks or that particular exchange or that particular company. That's a very, very bad news, and then your market just goes down. That's what market volatility here means. Then it says here platform risks. Yes, if you don't use the right platforms to invest, you have platform risks, because your platforms can just decide to just close up, can just decide to just pack up. Or then platform risks like hacks, like we saw for the Bybit hack. That's a platform risk. no matter how Bybit is so good, they had a hack, and then there was a whole lot of problems. So that's part of the platform risk. People lost money. So that's part of the platform risk. Yeah, we have liquidity risk. Liquidity means your money you're investing is going low. Like liquidity risk in youth farming, because when you invest money in youth farming, what is going to happen is, let's assume you invested ETH and USDT. So if the price of ETH skyrockets and goes to, like, let's say you bought ETH at $1,000 and then the price of ETH goes to $2,000. In youth farming, what is going to happen is they are going to basically the way youth farming is being structured, the price of ETH is going to, a little bit amount of the ETH you have is going to be sold to be able to balance the USDT. So in youth farming, when you are always taking tokens in youth farming, you must always take tokens that probably they go at the same pace, or yes, they go at the same pace, not two different tokens that one can easily go up, or the token can easily go down. So if you do that type of staking, it's a part of liquidity risk. You must know the type of tokens that are able to stake. So when carrying out youth farming, you must take stable tokens, or tokens that know that they move alike. Like you have tokens like USDT and USDC, you can lend that one out, because you won't have such liquidity risks. So when the platform does this, like sells a little bit amount of ETH, you have to balance the amount of the USDC you have. That's called impermanent loss. So they literally sell an amount of ETH. Let's say the ETH goes to 2,000 and you invested $1,000 worth of ETH and $1,000 worth of USDC or USDT. They're going to sell $1,000. They're going to sell some amount of ETH to convert it to USDT to make sure they are balanced. Let's say we'll now have probably $1,000 500 worth of ETH and $1,000 500 worth of USDT, and that's how it's going to be. So if ETH goes back up to if ETH continue going up, they're going to continually sell the quantity of ETH you have to keep balancing the amount of USDT you have. So that's what liquidity risk is. Liquidity risk in staking too. Like if you stake a token and then you bought this token, let's say you got ETH at $1,000 and then you staked it, and then the price of ETH tanks to like $100, to like $100, yes, to like $800 or to like $900. Your amount is going to reduce. The value of that ETH is going to reduce. Those are part of the risks you are taking while staking. Or you bought a stock at a particular amount and then is dipping, or the price is going down. So that's part of the liquidity risks you are taking. So with staking, you can't withdraw your money. With staking, you put the amount of time you want your token to be locked. So with that particular period of time your token is being locked, you can't withdraw that money. That money is there till that time is being elapsed. Let's say you stake the token in January and you put it for like a 6 months lock. That means before you were able to withdraw that token, before you were able to move your token from that particular exchange, you have to wait for 6 months time to reach. And in between that 6 months, a whole lot can happen. The price can dip, the price can go up, the price can remain constant. So that is part of the liquidity risk you are going to be willing to take. So we go on. We have can digital finance create passive income? So the answer is a big yes. With everything I've explained, with the whole staking, with the whole buying of stocks, with the whole youth farming, we can all see that digital finance can achieve passive income. Because what's passive income? Like I said, little effort, little time, you're making money. Little effort, little time, you're making money. Little effort, little time, you're making money. Make money while you sleep. So digital finance can create for you passive income. Digital finance can actually create for you making money while you sleep. So the answer is yes, you can make passive income. You can create passive income through digital finance, through your staking, through your youth farming, through your buying of stocks. I mean, when you buy the right stocks, as you are sleeping, your money is going up. As the stocks is being going up, let's assume like you bought stocks when the market was low, and now when the market increased, your stock is your stock is going up while you're sleeping, while you're working, your money is being automated. Your stocks is going up, your cryptocurrency is going up. You don't have to do anything. You just have to be monitoring the market. You just have to know, okay, when is the right time for you to take your profit, when you know that, okay, this amount of money, this is what I'm satisfied that this amount of profit I've made. So you just have to know the right thing to do. You just, once, so far, as long as you do the right things, as long as you educate yourself, as long as you educate yourself, as long as you use the right platforms, as long as you monitor and adjust at the right time, you are going to make passive income through digital finance. You're going to make money while you sleep. It's very, very possible. Digital finance through passive income is very possible, as we have seen. It's just knowing the right coin to invest in, knowing the right exchange to use, knowing the right stocks to buy. By doing all these things, you can make passive income through digital finance. And with digital finance, everything is easy, everything is fast. Little effort, great reward. That's what making passive income through digital finance means. Putting little efforts and making great rewards. Okay, so that's all for today. That's all from me. If you have questions, please can you just send them to the chat box, or you just raise up your hand and I can answer your questions.
Okay, so I think we can take questions at the end of the session, so we don't waste time. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nelson. That's has been a very, very great one. That has been a very, very amazing one. Okay. Can digital finance actually create passive income? Is it possible? Yes, the answer is yes. But something that we have to ensure we differentiate, and of course Nelson mentioned this as well. If you were part of the session at the start of the session, you would have heard about this. Nelson made that distinction, and that is passive income is not a Ponzi scheme. You have to make that different. You have to be able to differentiate. Okay. At the moment, so Nelson, you can stop sharing your screen now, so I can share my screen, please. Okay. So at the moment, there's a platform that's currently trending. Okay, there's a platform that's currently trending at the moment, and although it is not yet factual about the situation of things for this particular platform, but the way things are looking, I can tell, you can tell that, okay, this is probably a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, of course, it's not yet out there, but looking at what we've seen so far, yeah, we can tell that this is actually a Ponzi scheme. And I'll tell you about the platform very, very soon. Okay, so I'm sure we've heard. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I tackle with show my screen. Okay, great. So I'm sure we've heard about CBEX. If you're on social media, okay, if you're on social media, you're on Twitter, that's X, you're on Instagram, you've probably heard about CBEX. Now, this is me. I'm not saying CBEX is a scam. I'm just saying all indications at the moment is pointing to, oh, it's actually a Ponzi scheme. And so many people have actually gone ahead to invest in this because everyone wants to make passive income. Everyone wants to be able to go to bed and make money. We understand the fact that things are expensive. We understand the fact that we have to be able to provide for ourselves and, of course, for our families. And so people are very, very gullible. I don't blame anyone, right? But when you take a look at things like that, you of Ponzi scheme, for example, where you have high reward to little to no risks. So you're told something like, oh, you're gonna make 500% or percent of the amount of money you've placed in about 2 days. Okay, and there's no chance of you losing your money at all. Chances are it's when you see things like like what we are seeing right now, where without any indication or without any message being sent across, now you have to do this, you have to wait. Chances are it's a Ponzi. Nigerians have fell into so many Ponzi schemes. For back in the day, I think this was before COVID, where we had the Mafrodi something, that's MMM triple M, okay, and then we had the Rackstelli, The Rakastali. I think it's good. Is it the Rakastali or the Rakastali? If I did not pronounce that correctly, so please you can send the actual word to the chat box. Okay, like I mentioned at the start of the session, something that's very very important to me is communication. So we have to communicate. So we also had the Rakastali, where so many Nigerians also went ahead to invest. Nigerians and of course, other countries, not just Nigerians alone, went ahead to invest and lost a lot of money because again, there was promise of high returns and little to no risks. That's a Ponzi most of the time, anyway. And right now, we are seeing it play out again for CBEX. So let's watch for the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks and see how this platform is going to play out. But yeah, the reason why I brought this up is that we have to understand that passive income is not a Ponzi scheme. They're different. Can digital assets actually create passive income? Nelson went ahead, talked about that for an hour, and we can conclude that yes, it can. But then that's where we also take a look at the different risks, from the conservative to the moderate to the aggressive risks. Okay? But we'll talk about that later on. Just stay with me. We're going to have an amazing time. So now that we've understood that with digital assets, you can actually get passive income, you might be wondering, so why should I go ahead to invest in crypto? Why should I go ahead to learn Forex? Many of us on the call right now, we're actually interested in things like this. We're interested in the Forex space. We're interested in the crypto space. We're interested in the Web3 space. That's the reason why you saw the ad. You are currently in the community. You are here to learn the right way without the hype, where you don't just hear things like, oh, this is a signal for you now, this is what you need to do, like all those Sigma bros, as I love to call them. But where you actually understand the right way you can go ahead to invest, where you have a community that is similar to you, talking about people that are from the ages of 25 and above, people that actually have a family, people that are actually going to work, people that are actually looking to enter the space the right way. And that's why Planner is here, of course. So we are interested in that, I believe, for most of us on the call. So, but you must still be wondering, I am interested, but why should I go ahead to invest? I am interested. Why should I go ahead to learn? I am interested. Why should I even think about Forex? Why should I even think about crypto twice? Now, there are so many things I could say. There are so many things I can say. And there are so many things I will say. But the first thing I'm going to mention is the fact that I'm sure do we know about the ISA? That's the Investment and Securities Act 2025. Give me a thumbs up if you've heard about the ISA 2025, and give me a thumbs down if you've not heard about that. That's the Investment and Securities Act 2025. Okay, so fantastic. I need responses. Come on now. I need responses. Give me reactions. A thumbs up if you've heard about the ISA 2025. So you can use the reactions, or you can send your answers to the chat box. Okay. So if you can't find the reactions, you can use the chat box to communicate with me. But I need communication. Okay, it's very very important. So yeah. So okay, Callistus. I think Callistus has said about that. Read one hasn't heard, so that's fine. Read one. Abib, what about you? Have you heard about it? Divine, have you heard about it? Sarah, okay. Tadus, have you heard about this?
Yes, I've heard about it.
Okay, you have. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Habib. So the ISA, that's the Investment and Securities Act 2025, it was signed in March. I think it was March 30th or March 25th. It was signed by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And fun fact, the last time this particular act was revised was in 2007. 2007. That was 2 plus 15. 2 plus 15 is 18. That was 18 years ago. That was the last time this act was revised. But the president just last month, on the 30th of last month, revised the act and signed the new act into law. Now, the act covers so many things. For example, number one, Ponzi schemes is actually now a recognized crime in Nigeria, which I've forgotten the sentence. Okay, so that's number one. And then number two, one of the things that we're very interested in and that I would like to talk about is the fact that for the first time ever, for the first time ever, digital asset, the first time ever in Nigeria, to be precise, okay? For the first time ever in Nigeria, digital assets, like cryptocurrencies, okay, are now recognized. For a while, we really did not know where Nigeria stood when it came to digital assets like crypto and all of that. We really did not know where the country stood because there were so many policies here and there. We didn't know what the situation was at every point in time, all of this kind of stuff. But after this act, we now understand where the country stands when it comes to digital asset, because as you can see from this article, and you can get this from all of the articles out there, from all of the newspapers out there, from Business Day to the Premium Times to the Punch, depending on whatever newspaper you read, or maybe you have blogs, or you can even go on the federal government website and also check this out, and you're going to see it as well. And of course, you would also get access to this slide. So if you need access, all you need to do, just ensure you fill the attendance form that will be sent to the chat box by my colleague. So just fill the attendance form, and the recording of the session, the slides, all of this will be sent to you. So you can also read up on all of this things yourself. Because as you can see, attach the link. So the link is there for you to read the full thing yourself, because this is a public report. So we can see that digital assets are now recognized by the Nigerian government, and this is due to the fact that digital assets are yet to stay, and they are very, 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 very necessary. They are very, very, very relevant in the industry today. Okay, so it's a space that many people are getting into. It's a space that has good returns, and that is one of the reasons why the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria said, okay, it is high time Nigeria also get on board with the rest of the world when it comes to digital assets and your virtual to digital assets, such as your cryptocurrencies. It's high time that we recognize this. Hence the reason why it was signed into law, and now the SEC also backs that. So if you have a company that deals in crypto, of course, they can now be registered with the government. That's a company that you don't have to pay with crypto, receive crypto payments, those kind of stuff. So now they can register by the government, and they have tax laws and all of those kind of stuff. And this is a big win. What this does is that this tells you that, okay, yeah, if I was previously on the fence when it comes to crypto, when it comes to Forex, now is the time to get involved. Now is the time to see how I can actually invest in this, seeing that it is now a mainstream thing, seeing that even the government is now fully in on it, ensuring that this is recognized in Nigeria. So this is one of the reasons why you should be looking to get into this space as well. And of course, talking about passive income, talking about being able to have another stream of income in addition to what you currently do at the moment. But that's just the first thing we'll talk about. Of course, like I said, there's so many things we're going to take a look at. But as I always mention, what are the risks? Remember, every investment has a risk. Every investment. Think of an investment, there's a risk. Some people take a look at crypto and take a look at Forex like it's a get rich quick scheme. That is not what it is. It's not it's not something that they'll tell you, okay, put 5 million today, and in 2 days time you're going to get 20 million with no strings attached. Okay, no, that is not what it is. That is not what it's about. In every risk, in every investment, there are three kinds of risks. You have the conservative, you have the moderate, and you have the aggressive. The conservative, quickly, I'm just going to go through this quickly. Okay, the conservative kind of risk is talking about an investment that the chance of you losing money is next to nothing, is next to zero, or at least is very, very low. The chance of you losing money is very, very low. But when it comes to returns, for you to get valuable returns, you're going to need to spend a long period of time, from let's say 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever the timeline might be. So the chance of you losing money is it's small, but for you to get returns, you have to spend a lot of time. An example of conservative investment is your real estate. When you want to buy land, You buy land, it's an investment, but it's conservative because the chance of you losing money is small. Yes, you can also lose money in real estate. Let's say you go buy your land in a place that's gullible to erosion, or a place that's gullible to gullies. Then, of course, when you buy that piece of land, you're going to have it, that land is going to depreciate. People are always talking about appreciate, land appreciates, but land also depreciates as well. Just that the chances is very, very low. Okay, like I said, if you buy land in a place that's erosion prone, you know that it's going to depreciate. But for you to make money from landed properties, for you to make good money, you have to leave your investment for a long period of time, a very long period of time. So that's a conservative kind of risk. Chance of you losing your money, very, very small. But for you to make returns, you have to spend lots of time. Then you have the aggressive. Okay, you have the aggressive risks. Now, the aggressive investment. Aggressive is talking about the fact that the chance of you making lots of money in a short period of time is high. But the chance of you losing money is also very high. So you could invest, and let's say in 2 weeks' time, or maybe in 3 days, in 4 days, as the case may be, you could make 50% increase. So you put in 100,000 today. In the next 1 week or 2 weeks, you make let's say 150,000, or you make 200,000. That's like 100,000 profit. That's aggressive risks. But then with aggressive risks also comes that's aggressive investment. But then with aggressive investment also comes aggressive risks. That you invested 100,000 and you expected that, okay, in the next week I'm going to get 200,000. It's also very possible that next week your 100,000 is going to become 20,000 or 50,000. So you have potential for high returns, and you also have potential for high losses. An example of aggressive risks is like your stocks. When it comes to stocks, they are actually conservative stocks. Note, they are conservative stocks. They are stocks you can buy that you're not going to lose money, but for example, if you are into the S&P 500, that's if you deal in US stocks like the S&P 500, when people use that as their retirement account, where they're just placing money, so then they have a steady returns and all of this kind of stuff. So so Nigeria also has its own equivalent. So that's like a conservative stock. But most stocks are like they're aggressive. That is, you can make a lot of money in a short time, and you can also lose a lot of money in a short time. And of course, stocks are talking about company shares. Okay, so you're buying things like company shares. There are so different kinds of investments. You have things like the money markets. You have things like the treasury bills, the mutual funds. You have things like your investment paper, if I'm not mistaken. There's one called investment paper. So there's several kinds of investments that you can deal in. So the aggressive, like I said, you can have high returns, and you can have high losses. It's not any platform that will tell you, any place you go to and they'll tell you something like, 5 days you're going to make 100% of your money, and there's no chance of you losing your money at all. Okay, it's likely a Ponzi. Or they'll tell you that the chance of you losing your money is like 2%, but you can make 250,000, 250% increase. It's likely a Ponzi scheme. High risks, high returns. Like high returns, high risks. Okay, and then you have moderate. Moderate is usually at the middle. Okay, moderate is usually at the middle. It's not so conservative, and it's not so aggressive. And then, of course, so those are the risks. As listed on the screen, you can see that you have increased profit. You can have increased profit, but you can also magnify losses, right? Then prices also fluctuate, and wrong trades can lead to losses. Just as correct trades can lead to you making good money, wrong trades can lead to you losing money as well. And of course, Forex isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It requires learning and experience. It requires what? Learning and experience. So those are the risks. Those are the risks. But moving on. Something that's very, very important. Something that we have to understand. What is now the 6-step strategy to help you succeed in trading digital assets? Because I've talked about the fact that, okay, yes, it's why you have potential for maximum returns, you also have potential for risks. But how can you now be successful in this particular point? Because yes, and this is true, there are actually traders out there that make a lot of money. Okay, there are actually traders out there, there are actually people that trade crypto or trade forex that make a lot of money. That's very, very true. And so how can you now be as successful as that? What do you need to do? Because, but something for you to note, when you trade forex, like I said, there are losses, right? So your goal every time is to ensure that you make more profits than losses. Okay, not that you're not going to lose, but you want to make more profits than losses. That is your goal. So what's now the strategy that to help you succeed? I, for one, I know I did not have this strategy when I got into the entire crypto space. Okay, because I love to share my story so many times. I don't know if you probably been in my session before, you're going to know my story. And what's my story? My story is when I wanted to get into crypto. So I made a lot of money, not from crypto initially, okay, because then I'm a data professional, so I have experience in tech and different tech skills and all of that. So I made a lot of money, and I was like, okay, so I think I would also like to invest some in crypto. And because there was no platform like Kleino, because when I went out there, the only thing I saw were things like, okay, I usually see this, and you probably see this as well. There'll be this guy on a yacht or this guy on a cruise ship, and they'll be like, "Oh, yes, I was able to buy this yacht. I was able to afford this trip to Greece or this trip to Paris just in 2 weeks after I got started in crypto." If you've not been able to drive a Lamborghini at your age, then you don't know what you are doing. You have to get into crypto, you have to get into forex. Click the link on my bio, join my Telegram community, and I will show you how you can do this. Okay, so those were the kind of things I actually saw, and there was really no place that showed what is crypto, what is forex, that actually taught these things as a tech skill, because crypto and forex, these things are actually tech related skills. When you check out for tech skills, you'd see them listed as well. No one taught these things as skills, no one taught these things as investments, but it was taught from a point of just click on this, and you're going to make a lot of money. And of course, I'm sure that you already know what's happened. I lost a lot of money as well. I lost a lot of money trading crypto because I was just going there, okay, buy this coin, thinking I was going to make a little more money. So that's the reason why we started Kleino, because we decided, let's have a platform, let's have an organization, let's have a company where people can actually learn these things the right way. That's the reason why our tagline is learning crypto the right way, where you can actually learn these things the right way. So these are the 6-step strategy that will help you to succeed, so that you don't end up like me, as I used to be, okay? Because of course, that's the reason why Kleino is here. I didn't have Kleino then, okay? So how can you succeed? What's the 6-step strategy that it will take for you to succeed? It's easy. The first thing that you need to do is that you need to identify the path for you. You need to know what you actually want to do. Do you want to trade crypto, or do you want to trade forex? What aspect do you want to get into? Because forex and spot trading, which is actually known as your crypto trading, are two different things. They are not the same. Okay, they are two different things. They are not the same. So the first thing you need to do is identify the path for you, and that's the reason why you're in a session like this. Because after we talk about this two places, you identify, okay, I think I should move to this point, or I think I should go there. I think I should move to the left, or I think I should move to the right. You get to make a decision, okay? And so after you've identified the path, the next thing you want to do is that you want to learn the skills. Learn the skills. You want to learn the skills the right way. You want to, and when I say learn the skills, I'm talking about understanding the tools that you will need to work with. For example, if you want to be a forex analyst, there are tools you need to know how to work, because like I mentioned, it is a tech skill. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not an industry where you just click this, click this, click this, and you make a lot of money. So you need to what you need so many platforms, so many people out there will be like, oh, you don't need you just need your phone. Yes, you can do most things with your phone, but yes, you can trade with your phone, but most of the time you're going to need a working PC. You're going to need a working PC because of the tools you'll be working with. Because again, it's a tech skill. So you need to learn the right way. Learning how to work with tools such as your Trading View, your MEX Global, your MT4, your MT5. These are text tools that you need to know how to use. It's just like if you say you want to be an accountant. Okay, you want to be an accountant. You have to know how to work with tools such as your spreadsheet, maybe your Microsoft spreadsheet, or how to come up with a ledger. If you say you want to be a data engineer, you have to understand how to work with tools such as your Azure, your AWS. If you say you want to be a web developer, you have to understand your different languages, from your HTML to your CSS, your JavaScript, your React, which is a JavaScript library, to your Python, which is a language that you're going to use for building the back end of that's your database for the application, your SQL. So there are tools you work with. You don't just say, oh, I want to be a Forex analyst, and then you're like, download this app and start trading. That's not how it goes. So you have to learn the skills, and you learn the right way. You're not just learning on probably on Telegram calls, Telegram communities. No, you are actually in the class. So like something like this. You are in the class, you are the facilitator is showing you on their screen, you're working on simulations, you are practicing, and then you have a classroom, you are learning the right way. So that's the first thing you need to do to be successful. You identify the path, of course. Next, you learn. Okay, you learn the skills, and then after learning the skills, you have to have practice simulations. And what does practice simulations mean? Practice simulations mean that you are practicing without risks. You've learned the skills. While you are learning, you have to also test out. Okay, practice simulations are like demos. And what's a demo? A demo is you just testing things out. So with practice simulations, you are actually trading. For example, let's say you are trading Forex, right? You are actually trading, but you are not using real money. Okay, you're not using real money. So you're using, let's call it fictitious money, like virtual money. So you're using some kind of dummy currency to trade. And as you're trading, you're actually trading with the real life news. So let's say you were carrying out a practice simulation, and I'm sure we are all following what's happening in the US, right? Where the president of the United States of America, that's Donald Trump, he placed tariffs on so many countries. Just like and Nelson also talked about this earlier, where because of that, we had the stock market lost a lot of money, over $2 trillion was lost in the stock market. So let's say while you are having your practice simulations, you were able to analyze, and you thought and you carried out your fundamental analysis, your technical analysis, all of those things, and you're able to predict that I can tell that Trump is going to increase tariffs very soon, and this will affect the market negatively. But it's a practice simulation. So you go ahead to lock in your trade, you do all of these things, and then when that actually happens, you probably you're making profit, you make profits, right? Because you're able to, you got the trade right, you got the prediction right, you make profit, and then that you make profit, right? But you make profit, but you're not going to get the profit. You're not getting the profit because it's a practice simulation. So you're just practicing things, but because you are not using the real money, it's all just virtual dummy coins, just things for you to test out, and vice versa. That maybe you make a prediction, you lose. You are not losing money. This is how you get to practice. You get to actually hone your skills before you go into the market and start trading with making investments. So you are testing this out, you are practicing, because the more you practice, the more you gain experience. So this one way that you gain that experience. So you need to have your practice simulations whereby there's no risks involved. So you're not making money and you're not losing money. And then after your practice simulations, you have to gain the trade psychology and VIX mastery. For you to actually succeed as for you to actually succeed in crypto, for you to actually succeed in forex, for you to succeed in Web3, okay, you have to have the other 50%, because it's not about just learning the skills. It's not about just downloading the app. It's not about just clicking on the button that says trade. There's a whole lot more that you have to do. You have to be able to have, trade psychology and risk mastery. And how will you get this? You need to have one-on-one session with experts, whereby you have hop on a call with an expert, and then you tell the expert, okay, this is my situation, this is what I'm looking to do. What do you advise? Especially because something that I know, something that we also preach at Kleiner, something that we ensure that each and every one of our participants that are in our programs, that we ensure that they understand and that they do, is to have a diversified portfolio. As an adult, as a person that you have a monthly income, you don't want to end up putting all of your eggs in one basket. And what I mean by that is, you don't want to save all of your money, because when you save, you are actually losing money. And I talked about this in our last session. And we also, and this is not just me. This is not just me speculating. You can take a look at the Central Bank of Nigeria. That's a CBN website, because I always love to come with facts. Okay, you can take a look at the CBN website, and you'd see the inflation rate for the last couple of months. In December alone, there was a 34% inflation rate. It's a 4% inflation increase in Nigeria. And something that we have to understand about inflation is that for the month of February or March, thereabout, inflation was reduced to 22%. Now, the government will come out and tell you inflation by 22%. What that means, it doesn't mean that prices of goods reduced by 22%. No, it actually means that prices of goods only increased by 23%. There are two, you have inflation, okay? You have inflation, and then you have deflation. Okay, there's inflation and there's deflation. Deflation means that you are having reduction in price. So maybe a bag of rice would now be sold for 20,000 or 10,000 or 5,000 or things like that. That's deflation. Inflation means an increase in price. So when previously, the previous month you had 34%, let's say the previous month you had 34% increase, that's 34% inflation. That means that prices increased by 34%. Now, when the government has been able to work hard, they're doing a lot, they're working hard, and they've reduced inflation to, let's say, 20%. That does not mean prices reduced by 14%. No, that means that they were able to slow down the rate at which price of goods increased. So for this month alone, we only had a 20% increase in price. So that means that there's still an increase in price, just that it's not like what we had last time, where you go to the market today, it's 8,000 naira, tomorrow it's 2,000. But this time, if you go to the market today, it's 2,000, tomorrow it might be 2,200. But there's still an increase, just that it's not as much as before. Why deflation is, of course, you have a reduction in price. And according to the CBN website, the Central Bank of Nigeria website, we can see that month on month we're actually having inflation. Yes, last year it was worse than this. It was worse than than this year. So this year we still have inflation, but it's the percentage is not as much as last year, but it's still inflation. And so what that means is that if you have ₦1 million in the bank, so let's say you put ₦1 million in the bank, even when your bank at the end of the year gives you a 5% increase, and you get, let's say, 8,050,000, that's more up, and money has actually reduced in value, because when you place that money in the bank, the amount of things you could get is not the same thing you can get now that you've withdrawn the money. Okay, so that is what that is talking about. That is inflation. So why did I go into all of that? I was talking about the one-on-one session with experts. So something that we believe at Kleiner, and that we ensure that all our participants in all of our courts, everything that they do, is that you want to ensure that you have a diversified portfolio, whereby depending on you, because at the end of the day, you have to make that decision, whereby you have a certain amount of your money is going into savings because you want to save, very, very important. So maybe you can have, and this is not me telling you, giving you advice, okay, financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, okay, but just telling you what works for me and what we think works for other people, and just telling you this is what we think. And of course, at the end of the day, you have to make that decision yourself, whereby you could put maybe 30%, 40%, depending whatever you decide, in savings. For example, let's say you 100% of the salary you receive in a month. First of all, you have your needs and your wants. So you want to ensure that your needs and wants does not take up to 40% or 50% of your salary. So that means that, a quick one, if where you currently stay, the house you currently stay, your yearly rent, you want to ensure that that your yearly rent is not more than 2 months of your salary. So that means that if you want to pay your rent, you want to pay your yearly rent, you want to try as much as possible. I know it might be very difficult looking at the current times, but you want to try as much as possible to ensure that 2 months salary for you will cover your 1 year rent. So that means that monthly you want to take a look at you want to ensure that you're not having more than 40% being spent in your needs and wants, and then 20% could go into savings. Another 20% could go into your high yield interest, your high yield interest savings. That's another account with any of these banks. You want to also ensure you have something there, and then you want to for the others, you want to now invest. So depending on the percentage you take a look at, right, you want to ensure that you have some money into conservative risks. Okay, conservative risks. That's things like your mutual funds, things like your treasury bills, things like your staple coins. There are also coins that are very, very stable. And then you want to also take a look at some percentage, let's say maybe 10%, whatever it is you are comfortable with, now in your high risk investments. Or you want to have a certain percentage in your forex trading, where it's very, very possible that you can make more money from that. So you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You want to be financially wise. So the one-on-one session with expert that you have, so you can speak with them. Okay, this is what do you advise? What do you think I should do? What works for you? What is the general consensus? Things like that. So, and that's for the one-on-one session with experts. So you want to ensure you get that. You want to ensure that during that one-on-one session, you can book a session and you can speak with an expert, telling them that this is what I think. This is what my portfolio is looking like. I'm looking to trade this. I'm looking to trade it. What do you think? All of those kind of stuff. Then you also want to have the live trading analysis. Remember, we are talking about the 6-step strategy for you to be successful for you to be successful as a trader, either as a forex trader or as a crypto trader or whatever the case may be. So you also want to have live trading analysis. And live trading analysis is talking about when you join a session like this, you have the facilitator on the session. So the facilitator is going ahead, carrying out technical analysis, the fundamental analysis, trading, and you are on the call with others, with the community, and you guys are talking about what you think will happen. Maybe the facilitator will say something like, "Oh, this morning I saw a news from Poland that this is going to happen, or this is going to happen, or based on my technical analysis, this is what I saw." We tell it to you guys, and then you, the participants on the call, which will be you now, would also talk about, okay, this is what I noticed. So you want to be able to talk about what you've seen from your own analysis, and then the facilitator will also talk about what they've seen from their own analysis, and then based on that, you can come to a conclusion about what the right path would be in terms of locking in that trade. So it's not just a session where the facilitator says, do this. No, because we want to ensure that you are able to stand on your own. We want to build you to be a professional. So it's a place where you are sharing ideas. Oh, this is what I think. Oh, I don't think so. I saw this. Or maybe something the facilitator missed something that you spotted. Or maybe you missed something the facilitator spotted. That kind of stuff. So you want to have those kind of sessions. And also navigating financial investment. Navigating financial investment, this is where we bring in finance experts, from investment bankers to different experts that will join a session and tell you about the right way to grow your money in 2025 from various investments, how you can navigate the entire financial investment cycle. This bringing in experts, like I said, telling you about new different kinds of investments in for example the Nigeria stock exchange, just ensuring that you are well to do, that you are all rounded. So that's an additional session that you also want to have. And of course, mentorship. Mentorship where there's always someone that you can reach out to when you have a problem, people that have been able to succeed when you're looking to succeed. When you're speaking with experts that have been able to make and that have been able to succeed in trading, that month in, month out, that they are able to always get more profit than losses, that they are able to get a steady income from trading. People that will tell you, this is what I think, this is what I do, this is what I do. So you can also learn from people that are doing what you are looking to do, people that have been able to achieve what you are looking to achieve as well. So all of these things put together is what will help you get that trade psychology and VIX mastery. And then we also have the networking. Something else that you want to do is also networking. That's networking and portfolio. Now, networking here, what does this really mean? Networking here is actual networking. And what I mean by that, you want to be a part of a community that makes sense, not a community where everyone is just sending pictures of their Lamborghinis. Okay, the Lambo. Oh, this week I bought a Lambo after looking in this trade, or where you have kids that really don't understand what you are going through as an adult, that really don't understand what it means to have a 9 to 5, and also trying to have a steady income stream, another income stream. People that don't understand this, that's not what you want. You want to be in the community with like-minded individuals, people that are trying to achieve similar goals. Or this is what I noticed, or I just looked in this trade and it worked. Maybe you want to jump on it while the trade is still while the signal is still right, while all of these things are still working out. People that you can speak with without actually feeling like, without actually feeling incompetent, because that's what many of those Telegram communities will make you feel like, like you're not doing the right thing, when that is actually not the case. Because the narrative that's always pushed is that this is a get rich quick scheme, which of course it's not. So you want to network well, you want to be in a community that makes sense, like I said. And of course the portfolio, and I gave it about the portfolio. You want to have a great portfolio where you have different investments, and not just putting all of your eggs in one basket. So all of these things together is what would help you become an expert. What would help you become an expert and get another stream of income. This is the 6-step strategy that will help you succeed when it comes to trading, either as in Forex or in sports, which is actually talking about the crypto trading. But we have to understand, we have to know, who is a Forex analyst? What does it mean to be in Forex even? Okay, what does that mean? What does all of this mean? Because if you want to get into a space, you at least need to understand what that space is about. And like I said, Forex is a skill. It's not just clicking that, it's a skill, it's a tech skill. So who is a Forex analyst? You want to be a Forex analyst. What does it mean to be a Forex analyst? What does all of that mean? How can you be a part of that? Easy. A Forex analyst is actually like a weather forecaster. A weather forecaster, but for currency markets. You know your weather forecaster, you probably listen to the news. So you listen to the news, you see, the people that usually tell you about the weather on the news, they are not most times the actual weather forecasters. Weather forecasters are the scientists that are actually studying the weather. I've forgotten what they're called. Okay, they're studying the weather with different scientific tools and research, and then they give the results, and of course you start seeing the results in different news outlets and all of that. So as Forex analyst is actually like a weather forecaster. And what that means is that just like the weather forecaster has to go about studying the weather, taking a look at yesterday's weather, taking samples from the weather, like probably taking measurements such as humidity, the wind speed, all of those things, and using that data to predict what tomorrow's weather will be. That is exactly what a Forex analyst does, but for currency. That's the currency market. And when I say currency market, I'm talking about your dollar, your naira, okay, dollar, naira, yen, rupees, you know, the world currencies. So a forex analyst deals in what? The world currencies that your country, the currencies, your euro, pounds, all of those kind of stuff. And their job is to study trends, just like the weather forecaster that does a lot of research. They don't just go to bed and wake up and say, oh, tomorrow is going to rain or not. No, there's a lot of scientific research that is done. That is the same thing for a forex analyst, doing their research, working with different tools, studying trends, news, and most especially data to predict how currency prices might change. So that's what a forex analyst actually does. And so a forex analyst studies the market. Everything I've said so far can be summarized into a quick list whereby a forex analyst studies the market. Okay, they study the market by checking, for example, checking USD, that's the dollar related currency pairs like euros and like the euro versus dollar. So euro versus dollar. So what's happening to the market? Is the euro going to go up? Is the dollar going to go up based on certain criteria? So of course, studying the market, very, very important. And then the forex analyst also uses technical analysis. And what's technical analysis? Technical analysis involves analyzing the market based on charts, based on patterns. So you're taking a look at charts, you're taking a look at patterns to understand if the USD is going to gain strength or not. And technical analysis is just like you being a data analyst. It's like you being a data analyst, but for what? But for forex. So you're using your charts and patterns to identify how the market is going to go. So that's technical analysis. And then you go ahead to predict an opportunity. So a forex analyst, first of all, studies the market, then use technical analysis, then goes ahead to predict an opportunity. And of course, you can then advise traders, or you can go ahead to trade yourself. So based on what you've been able to identify, just like the weather forecaster would now know, oh, this is what's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to rain, or it's not going to rain. It's going to be windy. It's not going to be windy. Then you go ahead to also, make those predictions, and then you can recommend to other traders, or you can go ahead to lock in that trade yourself. So that is what a forex analyst is. That is who a forex analyst is, and that is what a forex analyst does. And everything I've said so far can be summarized into 4 different things, just like you saw. For example, taking a look at a quick story. Let's say there's inflation, and due to inflation, banks are about to increase interest rates. Okay, due to inflation, banks are about to increase interest rates. And due to that increase in interest rates, you as a forex analyst, you've seen this, you've noticed that this is going to happen. Then what you do, you go ahead to study the market. So you studied the market. Okay, so this interest rate, what's going to happen? Is it going to affect this? Is it going to affect that? And you do this by working with your different tools. Your tools such as, like I mentioned your trading view earlier. I mentioned your Next Global. Several tools that you're going to work with to actually study the market, and of course, for your technical analysis as well. So you notice that you heard the news that the interest rates are going to be increased. Then go ahead to study the market. After studying the market, you then use your technical analysis. You use your technical analysis, and then based on your technical analysis, you make predictions about what the market is going to be like. And of course, that's how you then make a trade. So that is who a forex analyst is, and that's what a forex analyst does. As a forex analyst, the tools that you need to learn and the things that you need to know to be a forex analyst, simple, listed out. You first of all need to understand the introduction to forex analysis, to forex trading. That's very important. Okay, you need to know what is forex, how does it work, how does all of those things work. Okay, that's very, very important. So you have to go through that, and then you move into what? You move into your core trading concepts, and then you move into your MT4 integration and navigation. That's your MT4 integration and navigation, where you're not just learning MT4, you're also going to learn your MT5 as well. Okay, so you learn your MT4, you learn your MT5, then you move to your technical fundamental and sentiment and your sentimental analysis as well, your support and resistance level, your candlestick and chart patterns, your leverage, lot size and spread, your risk management strategies, your advanced trading strategies, your Fibonacci levels. Very, very important. You have to understand your Fibonacci levels, your pivot points, and your Elliott waves, and of course your time frames and confluence. And of course, you also have to understand how to generate trading signals. So all of these things are things that you need to learn, that you need to understand to be a forex analyst. And the tools that you'll be working with, because like I mentioned earlier, it's a skill. So there are tools that you need to know how to work with. Tools such as your MT4, your Trading View, your MT5, your MEX Global, your Forex Factory. These are tools that you need to learn how to work with so you to be a proficient forex analyst. And how are you going to be learning? How are you going to be learning? The learning timeline, you get to learn for 2 months. So for you to understand all of these things, the learning timeline that you should be looking at is learning for 2 months, where you have a 1 month of learning and you have another 1 month of mentorship. So under the 1 month of learning, you learn how to work with all of these tools, and then you have a 1 month of mentorship where you start taking a look at your live trade analysis. You have those one-on-one sessions, and for you to be able to stand firm in the market. Okay, and how are you going to be learning? What's the class timeline like? So the classes, you have the classes on Saturdays, and you also have classes on Sundays. So you learn on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and then you also learn on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time. So you have the classes during the weekends, so you are able to learn everything that you need to learn when it comes to forex analysis and the tools for you to be very, very proficient, of course. So that's what it takes. But again, what about sports analysis? Who is a sports analysis? What does it mean? What does it say? What is it all about? Sports analysis is actually your crypto analyst. That's when you hear about crypto trading, crypto. That's actually talking about your sports analysis. That's your sports crypto analysis. And who is a sports analyst? A sports crypto analyst is like a gold trader. A gold trader who studies the market, who studies market trends to determine when to buy and sell physical gold. You know, a gold trader. Gold is a commodity that so many people like to be. It's a commodity that has been here for like years and years and years and years and years. Okay, so as a crypto analyst, you're just like a gold trader, because a gold trader will go ahead to buy gold. Will buy gold when gold is low, and then when gold is high, will sell gold. But instead of you buying gold as a crypto analyst, you are going to be buying cryptocurrencies instead. So you analyze cryptocurrencies such as your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Solana. These are just some popular cryptocurrencies. There are a lot. So you get to learn how to analyze these cryptocurrencies, because a lot of research needs to go in before you eventually make that purchase. So you learn, and then you, after analyzing, you go ahead to purchase this in the spot market. And in the spot market, transactions happen instantly at current market prices. There's a quick difference between the forex analyst and the spot analyst that I didn't mention earlier. The forex analyst in the forex market is usually open 24/5. That's open from Mondays to Fridays. So you can trade from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's why usually things like the stock market opens at this price, the stock market opened at this. Okay, usually things like that, because the stock market actually closes down. But for the spots markets, that's the crypto market is open 24/7. Okay, so as a crypto analyst, things that you need to do to be a crypto analyst, of course, you need to begin with your market research, and then you need to carry out your technical analysis and also your fundamental analysis, and then you go ahead to also assess your risks. Risk management is very, very important for you to be a valid sports crypto analyst. And what do you need to learn to be a spot analyst? What are the things that you need to know how to use? What are the skills you need to understand? You begin with your introduction to spot trading, and then you have your spot trading on centralized exchange. You get to learn about that as well. And then, of course, you have your trading on decentralized exchange, your staking, your yield finance. Staking, we talked a bit about staking today, but you're going to have a deep dive into staking, your yield finance, your narrative and research, and most importantly, how you can manage risks when you're trading stocks on traditional market, and of course, trading stocks versus trading crypto. The tools you're going to be working with, you have things like your CoinGecko, your DEX screener. Of course, you have to understand Binance, because Binance is the platform that you're going to use for your trading. And then you have your XNET, your CoinMarketCap, and also your Bamboo. So that these are tools that you also need to understand how to use. And the learning timeline is similar to the learning timeline of the forex analyst. where you get to learn for 2 months. So you learn for 2 months, you have a 1 month of learning and also 1 month of internship, with the class times being similar. On Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. What, and of course on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time as well. So, in addition to all of these things I've talked about, I've mentioned so many things. Give me just 2 seconds, please. Okay, sincere apologies about that. So, yeah, I'll say. So, in addition to all of those things that you're going to be learning, that's the technical skills, because yeah, you have to understand how to work with those tools. You have to understand how to work with those skills, right? How are we going to position you for success at Cornell? Because are we just interested in, okay, you learning the skills and that's it? How can we take you from the point that you're currently at the moment, where you learn all of the skills needed, and how we help guide you to that point where you can start making trades and you have another set and another stream of income? How do we position you for success? It's easy. We at Clydell, we understand that for you to be able to achieve success in this space, you need to complete the equation. I love to call it the success equation, where for you to get success, you complete the equation. You start with your TS plus the TPRM. The TS plus TPRM. And what does that mean? You might be wondering. TS plus TPRM. The TS is actually talking about your technical skills, and the TPRM is talking about your trading psychology and your risk mastery. So for you to succeed in this space, you need the first 50%. This is the first 50%. You need the first 50%, which is your TS, your trading skills, and the second 50%, which is your what? Your trading psychology and your risk mastery. And these two together is what will give you success. Of course, you are going to get the technical skills that's going to have to work with all of the tools I mentioned, but we are equally as invested in ensuring that you also get the trading psychology and the risk mastery. And that's one of the reasons why we have so much success. That's from the previous participants that have joined our previous cohorts, right? And what we do to position you for success, like I mentioned, yeah, you're going to get the technical skills. That's what I mentioned earlier. And you getting that other 50%. What we do is that you have a series of other sessions where, of course, I talked about the one-on-one session with experts. So you're going to be able to schedule a session. You're going to be able to book a session where you go on your Google Classroom, because Google Classroom is a platform that we use. You go on your Google Classroom and you see the link to book a session. So you can click on that link and you find a time where you're free, and the facilitator is free as well. So you can have a one-on-one interaction with the facilitator, taking them to, okay, this is what I have, asking your questions and ensuring that all your questions are answered, right? To position you for success. That you've gotten the 50% for your technical skills, then this is in a bit to get you that other 50%. So you have your one-on-one session with experts, and then you have your live trading analysis. Live trading analysis. Live trading analysis, you're in a session, the facilitator is in a session, the facilitator is trading, you are taking nuggets, you are asking questions, you are giving recommendations, you are telling what you think, you are asking, okay, why are you doing this? Why don't you do this? Okay, why don't we do this? Very, very important. It's not just about, okay, learn the skills and go and fend for yourself. No, that is not what drives us. That is not what we are interested in. Again, we are interested in your success. And that's the reason why you have the live trading analysis, followed by the navigating financial investments, right? Navigating financial investments, where we bring in experts, financial experts that will join sessions. These sessions usually happen during the weekdays. So they will join sessions telling you how the best ways, the different kind of investment that you can get into in the Nigeria market, and how best to position yourself for success, how best to split your income across multiple streams. Okay, and of course, you also have sessions called the market rundown. The market rundown are sessions where every week you get to join in and you get to listen about the major news that occurred for that particular week. Okay, major news that occurred for that particular week, because sometimes we are not able to keep up with the markets because we also have our own lives, right? You have to go to work, and so these sessions, you get a session and major news that happened. For example, maybe the US made a news or something happened. All of these things are broken down, so you can use these to make any decision when you do decide, okay, I think I should trade a bit, right? So we'll also have that session, the market rundown, from probably new coins that are out, or probably if maybe they are close to the bull run. The bull run, that's a phrase that you get to understand, and all of that. So just like I said, so in case if you're not able to keep with the market, you're not able to do your own research, you have someone that will just give you a quick summary of everything that happened the past week. And of course, you have a thriving alumni community where you're part of all of our previous alumnus, and you are with people, like-minded people. Like I said, a community that makes sense. Very, very important. A community that makes sense, where everyone's striving to accomplish something great, and you're in that community. And of course, from time to time, even in that community, we'll be sending nuggets, we'll be having different sessions with experts, and different live sessions, video sessions like this, where with experts, just checking how you're doing, and telling you new ways the market has been influenced, and new ways that you can go about making the right investments. So all of these things, in addition to the technical skills you'll be getting, are what would actually help position you for success in this space. So it's not to just give left to chance. It's not just, oh, just try this, maybe it might happen, maybe it might not happen. No, that's the reason why we've done all of these things, to increase the odds of you ensuring that you have success. Because what we define as success is when you achieve success, not just when you do learn the skills. Okay, so that being said, our next course is going to begin on the 6th of June. On the 6th of June, and you might be wondering, so how can you be a part of that cohort? Because I've said so many things, how we position you for success, how that you are looking to achieve. So how can you be a part of our next cohort that's going to happen? That's going to begin from the 6th of June. What do you need to do? Simple, straight to the point. All you need to do is to go ahead to register. Okay, so you go ahead to register. At the moment, we have two programs, from the Forex analyst course to the sports analyst course. Okay, and I talked about this earlier. So you have the Forex analyst and also the sports analyst. And at the moment, these programs are 50,000. So for you to be a part of this, the amount is 50,000. But if you are a part of the early bird discount, because we are currently running a discount, and the discount is only for the first 20, only for the first 20 people to register. Only for the first 20 people to register. Okay, if you're a part of that discount, you get to pay 20% less, thereby paying 40,000 naira instead. And this is only for the first 20 people to register. Okay, so you want to ensure you jump on that quickly. And how do you make payment? How do you go about registering? Easy. And also, my colleague is going to send the payment details to the chat box. So all you need to do is you click on the main stack link. So I think I'm going to send. Just give me a moment. Okay, so you click on the main stack link. I'm going to share my screen as well. Okay, yeah, so you click on the main stack link, and once you click on that link, it's going to bring you over to the Kleiner registration org. Okay, so bring you over to the Kleiner registration org, and I'm just going to send this over to the chat box. So to bring you over to the Kleiner registration org, and over here you get to see, probably you're trying to make payments, and you run into some issues, or you have any general question. Okay, so you can click on these two chats with Kleiner. So you can click on this to chat to Kleiner, and there's someone at the back end that's ready to respond to any questions that you have. And by clicking on this, also you can get access to all our program brochures for you to understand what every program is offering. okay, for you to understand what every program is offering. So all you need to do is click on get access to our program brochures, and you get access to our brochures, so you know what every program is offering, what you're going to be learning, everything, everything that what you're going to be learning, what you're going to be learning, how you're going to be learning, and all of that. Okay, so you can just click on these and read up on that. Very, very important. So we have the forex analyst brochure and also the sport analyst brochure, and you can see the discount is currently running at the moment only for the first 10 persons to register, so you want to try taking advantage of that as quickly as possible. So when you want to go ahead to make payment, you just come over here and you click on visit store. Okay, so you click on visit store, and that will bring you to this point. So we're just waiting for these to open up. Okay, so that will bring you over here. And once you're here, you'd see the two different costs. So you can see, yeah, discount is still on. So as soon as this discount is off, it's going to revert back to the original amount. So let's say you want to register for the sports analyst course. That's the sports analyst, talking about the crypto analyst, or maybe the forex analyst, any of them. So let's say you want to go with the forex the sports analyst course. All you need to do, you select this. Okay, so you select this and it brings you over here. So you can take a look at the description. So you can take a look at the course description, and over you see secure your seat. So you can click on secure your seat. And as soon as you click on secure your seat, you get to insert your details. So you can insert your name and your numbers. I'm just going to insert, random numbers. So I'm going to insert, okay, I have to select a country. Okay, so let's say Nigeria, and I'm just going to insert some random numbers. And then I'll go ahead to click on pay for products. Okay, so I click on pay for products, and then this area will be loaded in. Okay, so then you can go ahead to pay. So you'll be paying via PayStack, via PayStack. So you can either use your card if you want to use your card to make payments, if you want to make a transfer. And as soon as you make payment, a receipt will be sent to you immediately. Okay, as soon as you make payment, your receipt will be sent to you immediately via email. And attached to that receipt, a link would also be attached. Okay, and that link would say click this to complete your registration. So what you want to do is that you want to click on that link and fill in the form and also upload your receipts. And then as soon as you do, or you can come over here and click on upload your receipts here. So you can either do that via the email that will be sent to you as soon as you make payment, or you can come over to the client registration hub and click on upload your receipts here. So once you upload your receipts, what would happen is that you get an email from us, a confirmation email from us confirming your payment and everything that you need to get started in the program. That's your program kit. Your program kit will be sent to you. The program kit would contain the link to join the community, the link to join the classroom, and links to install all of the applications you're going to need to install and all of the tools that you're going to need to work with. So that program kit will be sent to you as soon as you uploaded your receipts. So that's how you go about registering. And of course, you want to ensure that you jump on this as quickly as possible. Like I said, the discount is only for the first 20 people to register. Only for the first 20 people to register. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Okay, so please, you want to ensure you get a jump on this quickly, like I said, and I will be taking questions now. So if you know you have a question for me, please go ahead to ask. If you know you have a question for me, you can just use the raise hand icon and ask your question, and I will take questions. And if you don't have any question, of course, we can call it today. So something that you can also do, I think I forgot to mention this, maybe at the moment you're a bit conflicted as to what should I do? Should I go ahead to register for the sports analyst course or for the crypto analyst course? There's no problem. You can go ahead to make payment. And when you're uploading your receipt, there's a point that would say, I would like to speak with a professional. Okay, I would like to speak with a professional. So you can select that, and then you'll be on the one-on-one session with a professional, and then we get to talk, you ask your questions so we can choose the best program for you. Okay, so I don't think we have any questions. So thank you everyone for joining us today. And till next time, please ensure you go ahead to register, because something that we always say is quick says the clock. Whatever you have to do, ensure you do quick. Bye, everyone.